Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today what I'll be doing is to show you how you can find a job in Canada. This can be for anyone that is outside of Canada and also for people who are inside of Canada. Now in last week's video, I showed you exactly how you can find student jobs in Canada. So if you're coming to Canada and you're coming as a student, then definitely check out that video. But in this video, I'll be showing you how to find jobs in general. In the description box below, I will be giving you a 30-day blueprint on exactly what are the steps you need to take to find your first job in Canada. So definitely, if you're looking for that 30-day blueprint on what you need to do, exactly what are the steps to get a job in Canada, I'm going to be leaving that down below. I'll leave in the description box as well the links to all the job sites that are the most popular sites where you can find a job in Canada. Now, for me personally, I've found jobs through Indeed and I've also found jobs through Job Bank. And one of the main things that I always see is that jobs are repeated from website to website. So that is actually a good thing because that shows you that it's a legitimate job that is being repeated from website to website. I'll link those websites down below just to make sure that you have the right website. I have searched these before in my home country and it was a bit difficult to find the correct website, mostly because in your home country it doesn't have the location of Canada to directly map out exactly where you are located. So that is why it's difficult to find the correct website when you're in a different country. For example, if you're watching the video from India, it may be difficult to find the website because your location shows that you're in India. However, if, for example, for me, my location shows that I'm directly in Canada, I'm in PEI, and it specifically shows that I'm in Charlottetown. So what that does is that it directly gives me the exact link that I need to find jobs directly in Charlottetown. And that is just something automatic that is done through Google. So that's my reasoning for providing the exact website and wanting you to use the link to find the exact website. Okay? I'm looking down because I have my I have the notes right here. So the link for the blueprint will be in the description box. On it, it basically tells you what exactly you need to do to get the job. So the 30-day blueprint directly shows you exactly what you need to do during a job search to get your job. It goes into exactly what are the steps you need to take to get the best resume possible, the best cover letter possible, things like that. It also has on it interview tips. It has interview tips. It also speaks about networking and it also tells you about how references work. So it's just a blueprint that specifically helps you if you are in Canada, because one of the biggest things is that when you're in your home country, it's a lot different from how job search works in Canada. So that is why I've provided this so that you can follow it and find your first job. This can be used both outside and inside of Canada. Okay, so the best websites to find a job in Canada is to use Indeed, LinkedIn, Job Bank, Monster, and Workopolis. Job Bank is actually on the Canadian website. They are the ones that run it, and they also have a verification process where they actually verify the jobs as well to make sure that they are legitimate companies that are posting legitimate jobs. So that is one of the best places to be looking for a job, but it's also one of the most competitive places because everyone knows about the Canadian website that offers jobs. So that is why we'll be looking on other avenues. Generally speaking, Indeed usually has the most jobs available. In general, I've noticed that throughout because Indeed governs entire Canada. Like Indeed is everywhere. Like it doesn't matter where you're looking for jobs, you'll always find it on Indeed. So if you're going to Toronto, anywhere in Ontario, London, Ontario, Hamilton, Ontario. It doesn't matter where in Ontario, you'll find jobs through Indeed. You'll find it in Alberta, British Columbia. Any province that you're going to, you will see jobs specific to that province on Indeed. Jobs specific to that province on Indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to get right into how exactly you find jobs. Okay, so now I'm going to screen record. So the first website that I'm going to be using is, let's do Indeed first. Okay, so let's say we want to find a job in Charlottetown, PEI. Let's say we're looking for a practical nurse position. We can add here licensed practical nurse. And then we can specify here and say we're looking for it in Charlottetown, PEI. Find jobs. You have travel nurse. Here's a job position, licensed practical nurse. These are registered RNs. So the only job this is showing is this one at Atlantic Baptist Housing. So you select it. You can see the salaries are usually provided for, like, most companies actually provide the salaries for the job, which is very good because that's helpful for you to know exactly how much your salary is, so that you can avoid the awkward question of how much do you expect to get paid. So it's helpful to see the amount. So you can see here that a licensed practical nurse would get $23 to $27 per hour. And you can calculate based on, it says 8-hour shifts. You can multiply this by 8. So you can go like this just to get an idea of how much you would be paid. You go $23. I usually just use the least amount just in case you actually get paid the least. So $23 per hour, 8-hour shift. And then you multiply that by 5 days. Let's say it's 5 days. Because it's a nurse, I doubt it is 5 days. More than likely it's maybe like 6 days, like Monday to Saturday, maybe Sunday to Sunday, and you get 1 day off. So more than likely 6 days. And then you go by days, so you know that's what you get in a week is $1,150 in a week. And this is all Canadian dollars. Then you multiply this by 4 weeks, and you would see that monthly you would get 4,600. You times that by 12 to get an idea of how much you get per year. So as a licensed practical nurse, you can get a salary of $55,000 per year. So you would go here and you would look through. You can actually click here to go to the company's website if you want to. And then you go here, you see that it's a casual job, which means it's not a permanent job. And you may not be required to go to work every single day in a casual job in Canada. You can get to understand a little bit about the company. And then you can look at the responsibilities. So you can see that they provide healthy living, including mental and physical activity, healthy eating and engagement. They give personal care, perform glucose monitoring, assess, monitor and carries wound care, does vital signs, perform as admissions as assigned. And you can just sit and read through all the things that you would do for your responsibility, and then you would see the knowledge that you'll need and the experience you need to successfully complete a recognized practical nursing education program. You need to currently be registered with the PEI LPN registration board, so you'll need to do an exam to be registered into this board. And then you'll need CPR certification. You'll need vulnerable record check. You'll need to complete quite a lot of things that are required for this job, I'm realizing. So it's important to actually have like everything that is stated for knowledge and experience. That is the main part. Even if you don't have the direct experiences here, you need to at least have all of these, even if you've never done some of the requirements here. So let's say you have never, obtain specimen as necessary, like stool samples and swabs and stuff like that, you can still apply to the job. That is fine. Yeah, so that is like the main part of this. And you can also look at like education. They prefer secondary school, nursing license, CPR, that was mentioned above here. So this is an idea of a licensed practical nurse. Let's take a look at another one, but using the other website. So let's go to the job bank, which is the other website. And this one allows you to filter a lot, which is something that I really enjoy. So let's go to advanced here. And let's say we're specifying, and as I said, you can specify any province that you're coming to. If you're coming to Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick, any one of these that you're coming to, you can select and be specific which area. You can also take a look, like if you're deciding which province you should come to, you can look at the number of jobs that are available in each province. So you can see here for Alberta they have 23,000 positions. In British Columbia they have 30,000. Manitoba, you can see that this is low compared to these areas. So you can see New Brunswick has like a small amount compared to British Columbia and Alberta that has 23,000, 30,000. You can see that Newfoundland has 1,300, so maybe you would want to go there because they don't have a lot of jobs. You can see that Nova Scotia has 3,000 something. Ontario has 34, so they are currently the highest here. Quebec has a high number as well. They have 26,000 jobs. PI, you can see, just have a small amount of jobs of 553 jobs. So this is also a way to know, to have an idea of how much jobs are available into each province as well. And if you are someone that you're very career oriented, maybe you want to go to a province that has many jobs. So here the top provinces with jobs would be Ontario, British Columbia, Alberta, am I missing any? And Quebec. Oh, wow, Saskatchewan. Oh, 7,000. Okay, yeah. Saskatchewan actually has more jobs than like Nova Scotia, PEI. So the stuff like that, if you're career oriented, you can also look at that to get an idea of where you would like to go to work as well. It is also known and popular in Canada, where many people actually move to Ontario and Alberta for a better job opportunity as well. So that is something that you can also take a note of if you are planning to come to Canada, you're not sure which province to come to. Okay, so we're going to specify to PEI. You can also specify how long the positions have been available. You can specify by day. I want to filter by jobs. Let's go into business. Yeah, let's try business. Filter by business. And then what else would I want to filter? Let's see. You can also filter by experience. So let's say you have no experience, you would click here to find jobs with no experience, less than 1 year, 3 years or more. So there are no jobs available that are 3 years or more, specifically in PI. Maybe other places are looking for people in that area. This is a great area as well. So Canadian and authorized workers versus Canadians and international candidates. So you can select here which one suits you. So international candidates, let's just select that for a bit. It just means that they are willing to hire you if you are in your home country and you would like to come to Canada. They are willing to hire internationally. So that's what this means right here. So you can actually just follow my methods to find it, and then you can view the results here, and you'll see that there are 2 jobs that persons are open to hire internationally. So we can look at procurement clerk, and you'll see that the pay is $24 to $29. Dental benefits, a lot of benefits that you can get. I'm pretty sure it's noted down here that they are open to hiring. Other candidates with or without a valid Canadian work permit can apply for this job. And if they actually hire someone internationally, they would sponsor you to come to Canada. So that is important to note if that is what you're looking for. If you're not, let's go to advanced once more. We're going to filter to PEI and then go to business. We won't filter this part right here. We're going to leave it as is, and let's just see an idea. So I selected business and finance and admin. So that's the area that I'm looking at. So you can see they're looking for part clerk there, and you can see the salary is $14.50 is currently the minimum wage in PEI. So if you are if you're just starting out, this would be a good position. If you have more of an experience, you can try out something like this, which is $20 to $24 per hour. But you can also have to look at location. It's in Surrey. Here, Charlottetown, it's $16 to $18. Admin assistant, you have event coordinator, but it's French here, so it's possible you'll need to be bilingual. Let's see. More likely you'll need to be, yeah, there it is, bilingual. Yeah, because the company name is directly in French, so that tells you that they need people who can speak French to join the company as well. And this is what you would be doing. Lot of tasks, a long list of things you would be doing as an event coordinator, and your salary would be $22.25. All right, you can just go back there. You can be a bookkeeper if you're interested in accounting. You can apply to the job. If you're outside of Canada and you want a job like this, it's going to be very difficult for you to get the job, mostly because you're not in Canada, and the people who are in Canada are looking for jobs, so they would be preferred and would get the job over you. So one of the things that you have to consider, and one of the best ways to come to Canada, is actually to come as a student, and this way you can get the job, and then after you get a work permit and you can work afterwards. So that's like the best way to come to Canada if you're looking to come to Canada. And if it is that you just want to come for work, it's better to come as a student and then get a job afterwards with the work permit, and it works out good compared to trying to get a job to come to Canada. That's the difficult part of things. It is possible, but it is way more difficult compared to just coming to Canada as a student. So that is something to bear in mind, but don't lose hope. In terms of getting jobs in Canada, if you're in Canada, you're planning to move to Canada shortly, let me show you. So the best way to get a job, okay, so it's bookkeeping as the position. You would look at the education. It says you need to have a college certificate, 1 to 2 years. It needs to be in accounting or bookkeeping. You need to have about 1.5 year experience for that. And then these are tasks that you're going to do. And then this is the experience that they would like you to have. Now, the main thing to make a note of is that when it comes to the task, the person who they are going to prefer for the job is going to be people who directly did all of these tasks and have work experience in these exact tasks, and they also have the experience with the 1 to 2 years, and they also have the exact experience as doing accounting software experience, database software, HR software. If you have the exact knowledge, you are going to be the first person to get the job, or the first person to be considered. before they go on to accepting something below that standard. So the main thing about that you need to make a note of is that if you're looking for a job and you barely have any of the experience, or you're filtering it to try to make it work, the reason why it is harder for you to get the job is because if someone directly comes with the exact same work experience, they are more likely going to get the job over you. So that is something to make a big note of, like write that huge on the page, that hey, the person who will get the job over you is the person who has the direct work experience. If you are applying and you do not have the direct work experience, your chances of getting the job is extremely low. So if people are not calling you back for jobs, that's one of the reasons. It's because you did not have as much experience compared to somebody else that has the exact experience. Of course, when it comes to job, yes, your soft skill does matter, but if there's someone, trust me, competition is a big thing. If there's someone who has all of the requirements along with a great personality and all the soft skills, they are getting the job over you. So it is important to make a note of that. Now, the easiest ways to get jobs in Canada is to go and live in the rural areas. That's the easiest way to get a job. Rural areas. Stop looking in the fancy popular cities. It's going to be difficult to get a job in those cities. But if you apply to a company that is in the rural area, it's more possible for you to get the job versus applying in a popular city. If I should give an example specific to PEI, if you apply to a job into Charlottetown versus applying to the exact same position outside of Charlottetown, if you apply outside of Charlottetown, you're more likely to get the job versus applying in Charlottetown, because Charlottetown is where everyone wants to live. And the other places outside of Charlottetown is where no one wants to live, or most people do not want to live. Therefore, it is easier to get the job in the rural area because not many professionals are going to stay in the rural area. I hope you find this video helpful. That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week with my next video. Next week, I'll go into job tips for you, so definitely stay tuned for next week's video. Please subscribe to the channel. That is how you'll know when I post a new video, and definitely press that bell right beside it so that you are notified when I post that video, because I'm doing an entire series where I'll be talking all things finding a job in Canada and the best way to do so. Please put together everything that I say and use every single thing that I've said. Do not leave any out. Everything throughout the series, use all of it combined. That's how you get a job. If you use this part, you didn't use this part, oh, do this part, you did this part, but you didn't do that part, it's harder for you to get the job. If you want to increase your chances, follow every single thing that I say throughout the entire series. Put it all together, do every single step. That's how you get a job. Remember, I've left the blueprint down below where you can download that and use it. Tick off the things as you go along, and definitely let me know if the videos has been helpful for you to find a job. I would be happy to hear that I've helped you to find a job. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.